Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back. So, we are going to do a recap and a review of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 5, episode. No, not episode. Season 5, reunion part 1. So, yes, we have come to the end of Season 5, Season 4, Season 5. Seems like Owen can't decide, which it is. But I think they've come to the decision that it's season 5. So this is reunion season 5 part 1. So we see it opens up where everybody comes on the stage. Everyone looks beautiful. Carlos greets everyone, telling them they look great. He looks good as well. And then he's he's just kind of recapping like the whole entire show. So he says despite of everything that's happened over the past few years, we've seen that there's a lot of business ventures happening, and then they go in and they highlight each of the business ventures. So Carlos, he is highlighting everyone's business ventures. So he spoke about Melody's skincare line. We talk about Kimmi and Maurice real estate venture. We talk about Martel wine brand, and we talk about Tisha and Marsau expanding Black the Lounge. So okay, so Carlos is like, let's give a round of applause for everyone, going. So everyone claps except for Melody's. Carlos like, Melody, so you're not gonna applaud? She's like, no, because last season I did a whole spiel about how it's great to see everyone doing well, and it wasn't aired. So therefore, I'm not gonna applaud, and I really don't care what anyone is doing. So everybody's like, okay. She just threw a whole pan of ice cold water on all her castmates. So of course Maurice picks it up, being the guy that he is. He's like, it's great to see everyone's success in spite of. And then Carlos is like, so what do you think about what Maurice said? Melody is like, Maurice is always giving Martin Luther King Jr. speeches, so it really don't matter to me. And Carlos is like, so Melody, what's your beef with Maurice? Why you behaving like this? Or, something to that effect, he said. Melody let him know that there's something that Maurice did that she didn't like. They did an interview where they were asking, how is your friendship with Mel? And Maurice came out and said that Kimmi really don't have a friendship with. I mean, all of this is going back and forth while Kimmi is sitting in between. So Kimmi finally speaks up. She's like, let me speak for myself. So then Carlos asked Kimmi, like, do you consider Mel a friend? Of course, we do the dramatic pause. We go to commercial, come back. And when we come back, Kimmy's like, yes. She's like, when I was going through, or, going through, we do speak. We do call each other. We make sure we check in on each other. And then Melody chimed in and said, yeah, so for Maurice to say that she's not a friend, that's not right. And that's not on him for him to speak of anything like that. So they kind of left it, alone. So now they're talking about the Scope builders. I believe that Carlos asked Tisha, is like, Tisha, you're a boss, because how did you manage to, become the majority owner of Scope? And she was like, well, I just bought Martel out and changed some paperwork, and that's how it happened. So Carlos asks Martel, do you regret selling your share to Tisha? And he said no. And Tisha was like, well, you should. I'm like, wow, okay, Tisha. So he's like, why should he? He said, because when I bought it from him, the company was in the red, and now we're a multi-million-dollar business. So, obviously it's doing good. And then he said to Melody something about when they were the owners of Scope, and Melody was like, well, when we were all together as business owners, I made sure that we were getting well-paying jobs. As far as where the money was going, I don't know. Marsau chimed in and was like, yes, they brought what they brought to the table. They brought all the jobs to the table. I bought my skill as a manager and with my builder's license, and we made it work. And the company was split 50-50. So I don't know what she talked about. So then they left that there, and I think they went on to touch about the rumors regarding Marsau having relationships outside of the marriage. They talked about the fact that there is no proof, And Tisha brought up the fact that Melody was trying to bring somebody onto the show to say that they were having a relationship with Marsau. She said the woman called her and apologized to her, that got out there because there's no way that she would be messing with her husband. She said that Melody, the woman told her that Melody offered her $5,000 to come on the show, and she told her if it was a little bit more, she might have done it. But damn, everybody has a price, huh? Told her that if it was more, she might have done it, but it wasn't enough money and she wouldn't do that to her. So Carlos asked Melody, so what's your response to that? He was like, the lady came to me and she told me she'll be willing to come onto the show, but I have to pay her some money. And I told her, you got to talk to production for that, because I don't make deals with people and stuff like that. So, they went back and forth with that. Nothing was really resolved. Carlos asked the question about to Maurice, I should say, like, what are the rumors about these sex parties that you're having at Credit One, which is Maurice credit repair company. Maurice said, there is rumors out there, and if it keeps happening, whoever is making the rumors is gonna find a lawsuit on their hands. Of course, Kimmi jumps in. She's like, all right, they want to keep it 100. We're gonna come for them. So she's like, the time frame that they're talking about them having sex parties at Credit One, my real estate office, even though she was a nurse, she still had an office, in the building. She's like, my office was just above Credit One, and I can tell you that nothing like that was happening. She's like, yes, they would hang out as guys, and that's one of the reasons why they came up with the lounge, with Black Lounge. And she said they would just hang out and watch games, listen to music, and just, have somewhere to be, which is true. That's what guys do. They don't want to hang out at home. They don't want somebody. Most of the time, the wives don't want the husband to have their friends over every weekend in the basement chilling. They want somewhere to go away from home. So they'll have a spot. So instead of hanging out on the street corner, then they have a space where they go. And it seemed like Credit One was the spot. So she said there was no way anything like that was happening. So where that rumor came from, she doesn't know. But if they keep spreading that, then there's gonna be a lawsuit. So Carlos now asked Marsau, so what about the apartment? Did you and Martel have an apartment together? That's another rumor that's out there. And he was like, no, Martel and I never owned any property together, nothing like that. And Maurice was like, yes, you did. So everybody was like, what? What are you talking about? Yes, you did. No, we didn't. Yes, you did. So long story short, Maurice is making a joke. He's talking about the property that the Comeback Group collectively owned together. That's what he was talking about. He's like, yeah, that's the only piece of property that you guys own together. But initially, people thought, that they did have Martel and Marsau own something together. All right. Carlos switches things up now. He asks Tisha, the rumor is out there that your husband is cheating. There's allegedly a picture of his back online. There's allegedly somebody being in his DM. They addressed that for a minute, and long story short, Tisha again said it like she's been saying all along. If she finds out that her husband is cheating on her, it's non-negotiable and she would leave. But she said until somebody comes to her with something on her face, with proof that says that this is going on, she is not going to fall for it, because she's not going to leave her family for rumors. She's like, I built my life around my family. I'm going to be by my husband's side. I'm going to stick by him until somebody gives me proof that I shouldn't be. So there we have it, Tisha. Tisha's going to stick by her man. I don't blame her. Where are you going based on rumors? Chill. Build together. But everybody want to see drama happening. They want to see them break up. Leave them alone. Let them live their lives. Now we have Keke and Miss Wanda joining the stage and joining the rest of the people on stage. And Carlos asks, they show the part, all of the scenes that Keke was in when she was at Melody's Christmas party, when she went to Melody's house to speak to her, when her and Marsau were shouting at each other at Miss Wanda's food truck event, and when she had the meeting with Tisha at Black Lounge. So, they're showing all the scenes that Keke was in. Carlos asked her a few questions regarding her relationship with Tisha, and the fact that she was really coming for Tisha by going, why would you go to Melody's party knowing that Melody and I don't get along right now, So it's seeming like you're coming for me. So Tisha was like, you know what? I'm leaving the stage. You're gonna be Melody's puppet, so I'm leaving. Everyone's like, girl, where you going? I thought it too. I'm like, why she being so dramatic? Why she can't sit down and just have a conversation? So, Carlos let her go. Marsau follows behind her. Then we see Tisha come back to the stage with two puppets. Which seemingly represent Melody and Keke. So one of the puppets had on a blonde wig. She had on the sparkly earrings. I guess that's supposed to represent Melody. And the puppets even have on like slingback heels or something. They put shoes on them. They put shoes on the puppet. So Tisha comes back to the stage. Marsau was like, oh my God, what the hell is this? It drew a laugh from some of them. Even Melody, who was so straight-faced, she couldn't help but laugh. She kept going back and forth with the puppets, talking to each other. Like, why are you talking? You here to talk about? And then the way she let the puppet shake their head at the end. The Keke puppet shake her head at the end. That was funny. I'm sorry. Tisha took the cake. She was the highlight of this first reunion episode. So, okay. So then, they stayed on that for a while. And they were trying to figure out why is it that Melody and what Melody was doing to come back at Tisha. One of the things that they asked is, did Marsau call you? Did Melody call you asking you about, Marsau's accident and the fact that, which car did he get in an accident with? How can he afford? Because remember, Marsau have a luxury vehicle, a Mercedes. I think it's a SLS 500. He has that luxury vehicle and he also has a work truck. So apparently, according to Tisha, Melody is asking Keke, how can Marsau afford such an expensive vehicle? And it seemed like Keke was playing both sides as well, because she was taking whatever Melody was saying to her and taking it back to Tisha. And she was taking whatever Tisha said, taking it back to Melody. So they felt like Keke was playing both sides. And to Tisha's point, like, why call Keke and ask Keke about Marsau's accident or anything regarding Marsau? Why couldn't she call Kimmi? Why couldn't she call Maurice or even somebody else? But why call Keke? So they felt that Melody was really, really trying to come for Melody. It felt like Melody was really trying to come for Tisha. So that was the back and forth regarding that. So, I believe that was the event. There was an incident where she said that Melody has a friend that works in the county office and is trying to find out information regarding Latisha and Marsau's business and stuff like that. And she's like, Keke, did you know that Melody did this? And Keke was like, no, it's like, but you did tell me that she did this. So how are you saying you're denying it right now? So it's a lot of back and forth going on. So, but the highlight of the episode, like I said, was the puppets. So that is it, guys. They ended the episode right then. They ended the episode there, and we're going to go in now and look at the other episode, reunion part 2, and then we'll come back and discuss it. But that was it for reunion part 1 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. So I thank you for watching / listening. If you're listening to my podcast, Reality Space with Georgia Denise, be sure to download the podcast and share it. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like this video, share this video, and leave a comment if you wish. Until next time, be sure to take care of yourselves and your families. Bye-bye.